What is up, you guys? For today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to get this really fun, grungy, earthy kind of look. It is kind of 420 inspired too, but we're going to be using the Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions palette, which I haven't used in a hot minute on my channel, as well as the Gemini palette, which is one of my all-time favorites in my collection. And if you haven't seen these palettes, though, they are seriously so beautiful. I mean, Smoke Sessions alone, it's just such a beautiful, like, almost all shimmer palette. I mean, you get these really fun grungy golds, you get some like greenish blue colors, and with Gemini, anytime I can use Gemini, I will just take it because this is one of my favorite palettes. Like, I just love the formula of it. I love that you get all of these really nice essential neutrals and then these really cool kind of green colors. And also in today's video, we are going to be doing a full face tutorial, which I think is just so much fun to do right now, so I hope you guys are liking them as much as I do. But if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and gave this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten, where I post a bunch of tutorials over in there if you're looking for some inspiration. So the first thing that we are going to be doing is, of course, priming our eyelids, and I'm just going to go in with my favorite from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm trying to figure out like which shade I want to go in with first because part of me really wants to go in with Mochi. It's like this yellowy green shade with like this little hint of like an earthy undertone to it. And then the other part of me is like, no, let's go in with Lorelli because I like that it has like this orangey yellow tinge to it. But I do think I want to go in with Lorelli because I've always gone in with Mochi, so we're just going to go in with this. And then I'm just going to be applying it with this Morphe M433 brush. I'm going to be popping it right into my crease and then doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. I'm also using it to round out my outer V. But man, I forgot how pigmented this shadow is. Like, dang, like I barely had any on my brush. I forget how much I love this palette, and then I also regret not using it more because like the colors in here are literally my thing. Like, if I can think of like a neutral palette for me, it is this one. I will say though, like, you have to be kind of careful with the shadows in this one because they are so pigmented. Like, you just have to be a little bit mindful of it because you can get your look super crazy dark, super crazy quick if you do not watch out. So once you have that one applied, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is one of my all-time favorites in this palette, and that is called Leo. Now, I've never used this brush before, but it is a Morphe M412. And I'm going to be applying Leo right into my crease. And then doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards into Lorelli. Ooh, this brush is like really soft though. I do need a little bit more product because it is a very sparse kind of brush. But it does not feel scratchy on my eyes at all. I really like Lorelli with Leo because it almost makes it more of like a darker brown with like this little hint of green to it. So it makes it a little bit more on the interesting side. I don't know about you guys, but like a grungy glam look just, it's like one of my favorite types of looks to do. So once you're done blending that out, now we can start working on the lid, and we're going to go in with Smoke Sessions, and I want to go in with this shade called Black Widow, which is kind of like an antique gold. Then using a damp flat shader brush, I'm going to be applying this to the outer third of my lid. And when I'm applying it, since I do have slightly hooded eyes, I am going to look forward, and I'm going to take my brush and go right above my natural crease. Because if I don't do this step, I feel like this kind of like skin flab I have right here like overhangs on my lid and it just looks really funny. So I'm trying to mimic that my crease is a little bit higher. So for our next shimmer, I really want to go in with this really beautiful gold one called Gravity OG. And again, I'm just going to apply it to the rest of our lid, and I'm doing the exact same thing where I'm going slightly above my natural crease, just so my eyes don't look so hooded. Then I'm kind of overlapping it with that shade that we just applied. Oh yeah, like this is definitely giving me all the grunge vibes. Like, I am obsessed with this. It looks so cool. And I don't know if you're like this too, but like I'm always on the opposite like of what I should be wearing for the season. So with it being like spring, you know, most people are into like pastel and really airy and really fun looks. But for me, I want to wear like the dark grunge smoky eyes, you know, things that you would typically wear in like fall and winter is kind of like what I want to wear right now. But then when it is fall and winter, then I want to wear pastel and bright colors. I don't know what is up with that. Let me know in the comments down below if you're like that way too. So for liner today, I'm just going to go in with this one from NYX. It is called the Epic Wear Waterproof Liner, and it's like one of those ones where it's like a pot with a brush in it. So for mascara today, I'm just going to go in with another product from NYX. This is the On the Rise Volume Lift Mascara, and let me tell you, this mascara is really good. I know a lot of people were really talking about it for a hot minute, and now nobody's talking about it, but it's a really awesome one. And what I like about it is that it gives you a lot of volume, and it also kind of gives you like a little hint of length. So for lashes, I'm just going to go in with these ones from Lilly Lashes in the style CEO. They're kind of like a wispy kind of lash. So for face primer, we are going to be going in with this one from Ole Henriksen. This is the Banana Bright Face Primer. I haven't seen many people talk about this one anymore either. And I'm just going to go in with about maybe like a pea-size amount. I'm going to rub it in between my fingers and then apply it to my face. And again, when I'm doing this, I'm focusing it in the center of my face and then kind of like distributing it out. But oh my gosh, it smells so good. It smells very citrusy and just, oh. So as you guys know, your girl, she is into full coverage. Like if it's not full coverage, normally I don't use it. But I really want to try out this tinted moisturizer from NYX. It is called the Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. And we're going to go in with shade Pale Light. I haven't tried that many tinted moisturizers before, but I swatched this one on the back of my hand and I really like the color of it. And I thought, why not try it? Ooh, I like that this one has like a squeeze tube with like a precision nozzle. But I'm just going to like apply it to my face because I mean, why not? I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. I don't know what to expect with this product because, again, I haven't really used that many tinted moisturizers. I may have used like one in the past, but I assume you just go in with your fingers. Like that's what I see on Instagram. Oh yeah, like this one feels really moisturizing. I gotta say, I feel like a baby giraffe applying this because like I don't really know what I'm doing. But I assume you just go in with your fingers because like it's a tinted moisturizer. And like if I was to use a moisturizer, I'd use my fingers. It actually is blending into the skin really well and it does actually have some coverage to it. Like I didn't really know what to expect, but you know, it's actually kind of exceeding my expectations right now. I do need to like buff it out a little bit. But I mean, like if you get any harsh lines, you just kind of like dab them out and they're gone. Who knows, maybe I'll be a tinted moisturizer kind of gal after this. Like maybe it's gonna like convert me. Cause like that's one of my goals right now is to try to use products that aren't so full coverage so I can appreciate my skin more. Cause I feel like since I grew up with acne, like I've always been in the habit of I gotta cover it. Like no matter what, I wanna cover it up, I don't wanna see it. And right now I'm kind of like, why am I covering it so much? I wanna see my skin. So I'm trying to get better about it, you know, experiment with different styles and different products. Ooh, I am looking weird right now. I will say though, I like the color of this. You know, at first I didn't know if it was gonna like oxidize or like what's gonna happen because, you know, I don't know how these types of products work. You know, for being my first time using tinted moisturizer, I actually really like how this looks so far. I don't know how it holds up, but I really like the color and the coverage. But now we're going to contour our face, and I'm going to go in with this product from Tarte. It is called the Shape Tape Glow Wand, and from my understanding, what you do with this product usually is you use it on top of Shape Tape to give like an eye brightening effect. But I actually really like it as a contour. It gives like a really cool like bronzy glow kind of look. And I'm just going to put it on my forehead, around the sides of my face. I will say like it has like a green undertone to it, at least on me, but when I blend it out it actually looks really nice. It has like a really natural look to it. I always feel like I look so crazy when I'm putting contour on. And I'm just going to blend it out using this Morphe sponge. Lately I have been really liking this sponge. It blends things out really nice and also it's really affordable. But like, I just can't get over how easily this Tarte product blends out. Like, you'll literally just like tap it a couple times and it's already blended. Like, you do not have to fuss with it. I am really curious to see how applying products on top of that tinted moisturizer is going to go. Because again, I've never used one before. And I don't know if it like makes it weird if you apply like a contour, like what happens. I assume it just works like a foundation though. So for concealer, I do want a little bit more coverage. So what I'm going to do is go in with Shape Tape in this shade 8B Porcelain Beige. Because I just need a little bit more coverage underneath my eyes. So what I'm doing is kind of like dabbing it right underneath my inner tear duct area. And then just kind of like blending it out just a little bit. Because I don't want like a lot of coverage because otherwise it's going to look really crazy since we do have a tinted moisturizer on. Put a little bit on my chin. I'm just going to kind of brighten in certain areas too. And then I'm just going to start blending it out with that Morphe sponge. And again, before I started blending it out, I did wait a couple of minutes to get it just to kind of dry down a little bit so we get a little bit more coverage with it. So before we get any creasing action, I am going to set my face using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This one is one of my all-time favorites. And I'm just going to go in with that Morphe sponge. And I'm mostly focusing the powder in the areas where we apply the concealer. So like underneath our eyes, around our smile lines, and around our nose, because that is where I'm going to crease if I'm going to crease anywhere. And then with whatever's left on this sponge, I'm just going to hit the other areas of the face. So for powder contour today, I'm just going to go in with this palette from Kokie, and what I'm going to do is mix this middle shade right here with like the peachy, kind of like an under eye highlighting shade, and I'm doing like a 1-to-1 ratio. The other day I was just like playing around with this palette because I've never used that peachy color, but I really wanted to go in with that middle shade because it has like a really nice neutral undertone, and I was like, why not try mixing them? And I have been literally hooked ever since because it just gives like this little hint of bronziness and it doesn't make your face look orange. So I'm just going to contour my nose using those exact same shades that we used on our face, and I'm going in with this Sigma E45 taper blending brush. I don't know if you're like this too, but I can never do the trendy style of nose contour where you like really like pinch it inwards. It just looks so weird on me and super unnatural. I wish I could do it, but it just looks so off. Like it just looks like I kind of like bop my nose like this in the center and called it a day. So once you have that applied, now we are going to start doing lipstick, and initially I did plan on using On Mute from ABH, which is a really awesome liquid lipstick. I definitely recommend this one, but since we are going for a more softer look today, you know, with using that tinted moisturizer and just having like a really almost like natural complexion, I don't want the harsh line of a liquid lipstick. So instead, I really want to go in with this matte lipstick from ABH. It is in the shade Honey, and it's like this really pretty cool tone brown. So for the lower lash line, I'm just going to mix the matte shades that we used on our eyes earlier. So I'm going to mix Lorelli and then Leo, kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. And then using this teeny tiny little Morphe blending brush out of the Holiday Eye Set, I'm going to be popping this mixture right underneath the lower lash line. So for the inner corner highlight, we could go in, you know, with this one right here called Gemini, or we could go in with, what is the blue one called? It is called Blue Dream, but honestly, I don't want to do a bright blue inner corner highlight, nor do I want to go in with Gemini because that one is way too dark for my skin tone. So instead, we are actually going to go in with one of my favorite highlights, and that is from Benefit in the shade Cookie. Like, it is so blinding, and it's like the most perfect champagne shade. So I'm just going to go in with Cookie on this ABH, I believe it is an A14 pencil brush. And I'm going to be packing the shit out of this into my inner corner, and I'm also bringing it underneath the inner tear duct area to open up the eye. And then I'm just going to line my waterline using this Morphe Coconut Pencil Liner. It's just a little white pencil. Whew. And then for blush today, I'm just going to go in with this one from KVD Vegan Beauty, and it is the shade Foxglove, and it's like this really pretty neutrally pink. So using this Sigma F15 brush, I'm going to be stippling it on my cheekbones, and I'm also using it to round out around my eye. Okay, that is a lot more pigmented than I was expecting, but I guess we're gonna have to roll with it. Let's see if we can tone it down just a little bit, because it's kind of looking a little bit on the clown side, and that is not what I'm going for today. And then last but not least, for a highlighter, I'm just gonna go back in with Cookie because, I mean, why not? But I love this highlight, it is so good. And I'm going to be applying it with an Anastasia A23 brush. And when I'm applying it right on my cheekbones. But yeah, so here's the finished look. It is very green and also very grungy, and I don't know about you guys, but these are some of my favorite palettes in my collection, so anytime I can get an excuse to use them, I will always take it. But oh, I just love how this turned out, and also I am so impressed with that tinted moisturizer that we used. Like, I just can't get over how nice it is. Like, it just made my skin look really nice in like the areas where I have a lot of problems and a lot of texture and acne. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know what your favorite eyeshadow palette is right now. For me, it is probably the Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1 or the Jawbreaker one. But as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and gave this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kin. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!